URLs. How much do you know? Perhaps you've come across the term URL and wondered what it meant. Or maybe this is the first time you've heard it and you're curious to know more. By understanding URLs and how they work, you can better protect yourself from online threats like phishing attacks that seek to steal your identity. But first, a quick definition. URL is short for Uniform Resource Locator. The terms URL and web address are often used interchangeably. A URL is a guide to a place on the internet. Like an address on a home, each URL is associated with a unique destination. www.google.com is an example of a URL. When you type a URL into your web browser, it finds and displays the destination web page on your computer or device. A URL is made up of several different parts, but we will only cover what you need to know to better protect yourself. Protocols. Protocols are guidelines computers use to communicate between each other. Some well-known protocols are HTTP and HTTPS. While you may have noticed these differences, did you know that URLs beginning with the HTTPS protocol encrypt your information for security reasons, and those that begin with HTTP do not? When doing business online, never give out personal information, like your credit card or bank account number, if the page doesn't begin with the HTTPS protocol. Domain. The domain is the internet address for the host server. This is usually a word or phrase, such as a business name, followed by .com or other endings such as .gov, .org, or .net. Be sure your domain name is spelled correctly to ensure it leads you to the correct destination. Incorrectly spelled domain names are an indication that the destination could be fraudulent. You can protect yourself by being observant and staying away from these. Hyperlinks. A hyperlink is a word, phrase, URL, or image you can click on to jump to a web page. Hyperlinks are usually highlighted in a different text color or appear as an icon, such as a hand when you mouse over an image. Before clicking any hyperlink, mouse over it to make sure it reveals the intended web address. For instance, mousing over the phrase Internal Revenue Service should reveal the URL. If it doesn't, do not click on it. It's likely a link to a fraudulent page. Now that you know more about URLs, what to look for, and what to avoid, let's look at some examples of suspicious URLs. Can you spot them? Suspicious URLs are intentionally created to deceive even the most experienced online users. But one click on a suspicious link, and you could put yourself at risk to things like identity theft, malware attacks, and a host of other problems. So, the best defense against suspicious URLs is to spot them in the first place. Here's a simple test to see if you're up to the task. Above is a URL that, if clicked, would bring you to a malicious site. There are telltale signs of why this link is suspicious. Can you spot them? Pay attention and watch out for slight spelling changes to popular domain names. Did you catch the deceptive spelling liked in instead of linked in? They're so close that many people miss it. Here's another one. Again, be on the lookout for things that don't add up. See the deceiving lrs.gov instead of irs.gov? Here's the key takeaway. Pay close attention to URLs and do not click any link that looks suspicious. Instead, type the website address directly into your browser to avoid deception. While avoiding suspicious URLs and hyperlinks can take an extra step or so, it's the best way to protect yourself from danger when browsing online. So always be on the lookout and enjoy a safer online experience.